Hey guys, and welcome back to this place. If you are new, welcome here for the very first time. As always, I am Carmen, and today we are going to be delving straight into Season 2, Episode 6 of Battlestar Galactica. After the last episode, I don't know what to expect. It was such an emotional and traumatic sort of episode that I'm really hoping for a little bit of a lighter episode, although considering where we left off at the end of last episode, I'm very much doubting that that's gonna happen. So we left off with Starbuck and Hilo and Sharon headed back to rendezvous with everyone, where we know everything has sort of like imploded. We have Lee and Roslyn headed to Kobol, and 23, maybe 24, I can't remember the exact number, of ships followed them, much to Adama's surprise and dismay. We have Adama, he's awake and he's ruling again. That's not really the word. In command again. And yeah, I'm excited to see where that goes and if he is changed by his near-death experience, which it seems like he has been based on the scene with Boomer in the last episode. So yeah, I am done rambling. Let's just see where this episode goes.
18,000 souls aboard the 24 ships that joined former President Rosalind's rebellion, sir.
18,000?
What have we lost?
9,500 souls from Geminon.
Not who. What?
Oh, so like
Not interested
medics.
in people who decide to join up with a religious fanatic and a terrorist. What have I lost?
12 transports, 7 freighters, 3...
Oh, I thought he meant like medics. Other people like that.
Morale is down throughout the fleet. Families are being split apart.
Don't talk to me about family.
He's still Adama's son. When push comes to shove, how do we know he'll be willing to stand up?
If it were not for him, I would still be in a... I trust him completely, and this subject is closed.
They could jump in here at any time and charge us all with treason or destroy the ship with a flick.
They wouldn't kill everybody. I don't think.
Some of our ships are armed. We should take steps to arm the others just in case. Just in case we want to commit suicide!
He's right.
If Galactica wants to take us down, there is nothing we can do about it.
I mean, y'all have 18,000. If there's 49,000, that's 31,000
Lieutenant
of the other
Thrace
people.
will return. She will have the arrow of Apollo, and it will help us find our way to Earth.
I mean, she will, but will it?
I mean, maybe we should go down to the surface now. Go down now and start looking for this tomb.
I wouldn't be too eager. There may still be Cylons, Prince.
And how would you get in if you found it?
Scriptures tell us that any return to Kobol carries with it a cost. In blood.
You're just mentioning this now? To be fair, some people have already died down there.
If there is anyone here who does not have the stomach for this mission, you are welcome to rejoin Commander Adama's fleet.
What's Zarek doing? I don't think that Adama would take them back. He literally called them traitors, but...
No colonial transponder, and it's too large to be Thrace's Cylon Raider. It's either a Cylon vessel, or it's a Raptor scout from Galactica. Either way, we should shoot first.
It's Starbuck, right? It's Starbuck. Don't shoot first.
The Adriatic is in weapons range, and she's got ship-to-ship missiles.
Do not shoot first. I'm pretty sure. Also, I know that actor. It could be Starbuck.
There's an unidentified ship making its way toward.
It's Starbuck, probably.
We need a decision.
Civilian vessels, this is Starbuck. Do you read?
I was fucking right.
Say again, this is Starbuck.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody getting this?
Yes, we are. Loud and clear. Poor Starbuck, she has been through even more trauma. Like, her entire life has been trauma. She's got blood in her hair. Lee? My heart.
Good to see you too, Captain.
What the fuck was that?
Lieutenant. Lee, there's something I need to tell you.
Oh yeah. She doesn't even know, does she? She has no idea. It's no. Lee. Wait. Lee.
Stop! She's with us! Drop your weapon, sir.
Hilo!
I can understand his reaction though. You guys, oh my god. It's already making me tear up. It's just, the show is packed with so much emotion. Like, now Starbuck's standing up for her, but like, of course Lee would have that reaction. She literally tried to kill his father. Oh, 47,000. Okay, so 29,000. Anyway, she literally tried to kill his father. Okay. We're coming right back.
Gentlemen, I'm only going to say this once.
Hilo.
Captain Adama, and what is your name?
Hilo. Well.
Lieutenant Agathon.
Yeah.
All right, here's what we're going to do. You're going to lower your weapons. Am I being perfectly clear?
What about Sharon?
She will be taken to a holding cell where she will remain unharmed. Thank you. Now put that thing out the airlock.
No!
We don't keep silence around.
No.
Fuck! You said you were gonna hurt her!
They better not.
One of those things put 2 rounds into my father's chest!
It wasn't me! Adama was shot?
Yes.
Yeah. Y'all don't know anything.
Missed a few catastrophes while you were away.
You did.
It wasn't me!
It wasn't her.
Did Sharon save their lives back on camp?
Yeah.
Tell them!
Starbuck, please. Starbuck.
I know how to find the tomb of Athena! Do you?
Yes, that's self-preservation.
Listen to her!
Yeah, yes, listen to her. Listen, please. Rosalind, come on.
Madam President.
Come on, you're all provenance.
Wait a minute.
Yes. I don't agree with her religious fanaticism, but in this instance, it's helpful.
It's great to see you again, Kara. Thanks for bringing in the trash.
I mean, you literally started making out with her the second she walked up, so.
Mueller's not a bad choice.
Mueller's a malcontent.
Now, I know you don't want to hear this, but there is not another Apollo in this bunch, and
Commander Adama.
Who are you?
Burke, please, come in.
Burke? Is that what they said?
We need a new CAG to step up.
Who's it going to be?
You, I'm pretty sure.
Congratulations, Captain.
Thank you, sir.
Just want you to know you have total support of myself and this entire crew. Is that not right, Colonel?
absolutely.
And sir, I'd just like to say that I was a tremendous supporter of your son. He was a great leader, sir.
Ship is a family, works on trust, understanding, and love. I love everyone on this ship as much as I love my
That's not true.
sons.
I think you love them a lot, but I don't think you love them that much.
You're telling me that kid is leadership material?
He's honest and he's loyal. We need a little bit of that around here right now.
What, loyalty?
That's your call. I'll support it.
I mean, to be fair, Saul's quite loyal to you.
Do you know the coordinates, the whereabouts of President Rosalind's rebellion? Do you intend to put the fleet back together?
First of all, Laura Rosalind is no longer president. She relinquished that role when she suborned mutiny aboard this ship. Next question.
Since the fleet has been divided...
Commander, you haven't answered my question.
I interrupted. But, fair point.
We have lost no one that cannot be replaced by someone loyal. Who's chosen to remain. This is the fleet.
I feel like that's a dangerous view. And it's not going to be a popular one.
The rumor that there is no Earth, it doesn't exist, and you just made it up. Been all over Talk Wireless.
Freedom of the press is not a license to slander. Broadcasting that kind of garbage is the quickest way to find yourself in a holding cell. That goes for all of you.
Okay, but that's dangerous when you start saying people can't ask questions without getting arrested.
For once, guys, you can stop manipulating the world and let destiny take its course. There's one thing we know about human beings with certainty.
What?
They are masters of self-destruction.
I mean, that's true enough, to be fair. We really just run headlong into a cliff. Don't think about it.
I am here because I chose to come here. Even if you find the map, and even if you find Earth, the price you pay will be too high.
What's the price? My question.
Get me a map, and I will do my best to tell you how to get to the tomb.
No, you'll do better than your best. You either know or you don't.
You can't do better than your best.
I can show you the path. I don't know how long the path is or exactly where it leads to, but I can tell you that you're gonna have to move very, very quickly.
What's the price? What's the price? Okay, because that...
She saved them, both of them. She didn't have to. She could have saved her child and let them die. Why didn't she?
Because she's telling the truth.
I believe that she's telling the truth about one thing.
She does love him.
Thinks she's in love.
Like Adama said, if you think that it's love, it's love.
This is not the way that I thought things were going to go down.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, y'all didn't know that she had killed, or tried to kill Adama.
Has Captain Apollo managed to tell us anything we don't already know?
He is in charge of this mission. He is second in command only to myself. I strongly encourage you to remember that, Mr. Meyer.
Yeah, I wish that they would leave Lee alone. Like, how many times has he already
Whatever the
defied
risks,
Adama?
whatever the consequences, I am going anyway. I am committed.
Committed, foolish. Oh, I was like, he missed.
Hot dog, I know you can do a lot better. Let's try it again.
Peter, Kat, I'm confirming that I'm cleared for my attack run. Am I clear?
Executing eyeball run. Affirmative, you're clear. Rolling in. Weapons hot.
Uh-oh. I feel like something bad's gonna happen.
You say all clear.
I said all clear.
Okay, roger that.
Uh-oh. I don't think she's clear.
Peter, beginning strafing run.
Kat, what are you doing?
You said I'm clear for my attack run.
Hot dog is cleared for his attack run.
What? Hot dog?
Back off, Kat! Now!
You actually told her that she was clear as well. So that was your mistake.
Oh my god!
Bang on! Did you see that? Woo!
Bang on! Hot dog, you fucking idiot! You almost got me killed!
What are you talking about?
Yeah, you fracked it. You fracked it up real good.
I get it, but I didn't shoot him. It wasn't me.
You're all the same.
You don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Then maybe I'm done talking.
Okay, Starbuck. That was good, Starbuck. I'm glad you were right there. Don't grab her, Lee.
Stealing the Cylon Raider and then tearing ass back to Caprica?
Yeah, because you're clearly the poster boy for military discipline. You know what? You have no idea
Right.
what happened to me on Capri.
Yeah, you really don't.
So while you're standing here polishing off your halo, consider for a second that you may not have any damned idea what the hell you're talking about.
Mm-hmm. She almost died. She was in a very bad situation. She was lots of creepy things.
You don't believe her, do you?
No. But I believe in the power of myth.
And in the end, president or prophet doesn't really matter. She still needs a commander.
The man with the guns makes the rules.
Is that who he wants to be?
What if she decides you're not the man to be in charge of the fleet? What if she has someone else in mind?
Mm-hmm.
We do what we must in order to keep Rosalind safe from the surface of Kobol.
But not Lee.
You're right.
Is he?
I want to set this fleet on a path to freedom. I want to deliver unto them the liberty we've promised.
With murder?
The scriptures say some of us will die on Kobol.
So they're gonna use that to murder somebody and be like,
He's too green. He's blowing the approach and the docking speeds. He's missing the drogues. He's bunching the lines. It's a mess out there.
As you know, this isn't the first screw up.
mm-hmm.
I realize that he is your guy.
But he's no Apollo.
Nobody's Apollo except Apollo.
I was wondering when we finally get a little R&R around here.
Can I have my ball back?
What, I can't hold it?
Can I have my ball back, please?
Where'd you get a pyramid ball anyway?
Oh,
Caprica.
that's what it is.
Can I have my ball back, Lee?
Yeah, sure.
Why are you acting like a little kid? She's not in the mood for that.
Hey, come on, Kara. For frack's sake, I'm just kidding around.
Yeah, but she's not in the mood. Can you not see that?
What's up with you, Kara? Anything you want to talk about? Must have been hard, being back on Caprica. Anyway, tomorrow this whole thing's gonna end one way or another. We find the tomb, or we don't. We find a way to Earth, or we don't. I just want you to know, Kara, that I'm your friend. I love you. If there's anything you want to talk about, anything you want to get off your chest, then...
That's sweet. I don't know if she's really ready to talk about it yet, though. Maybe. We'll see.
What was that middle part again?
That I love you.
Did you say you love me?
Well,
Lee Adama loves me.
no, all I meant was...
No, seriously. Very sweet. You love me. You can't take it back. There's no take-backs. You love me.
You're dreaming it.
You love me.
Dreamer.
Mm-hmm.
Striker's coming in way too hot.
You gotta back up to Delta, like right now.
Okay. Abort. Abort the op.
Striker, you're still on a collision course.
Put your helm hard left. Full reverse thrusters.
That guy has really fracked up.
Here. You never know when you might need to defend yourself.
Apollo. I would not be giving him a weapon.
Those that didn't board the galleon took the high road, the rocky ridge that led to the tomb.
Well, that looks like a road on a rocky ridge. Whether it leads to a tomb or not, like, I cannot say, but might as well try.
There's something there.
Is it a grave? That looks like it could be a grave. Oh damn, they're just waiting. They're just laying in wait.
Sharon! Sharon, take cover!
They got it. Oh, they got one. I think she's trying to help. Yeah. She's not gonna do anything to him.
You gotta be fracking kidding me.
She tried to tell you she's not the same. She helped.
It's interesting.
What's he doing?
Trayla has such a powerful grip on the mind and squeeze out all other thought, suffocate all other emotion until everything is dead except for the rage.
Makes sense.
I can feel it. Like it's gonna burst.
Who's he talking to? Saul? Someone else? Aw.
If I may say something, I don't think the problem is that you've been betrayed. I think it's that you feel helpless. You were shot. You were injured. You couldn't do anything.
Don't make excuses for me.
And when you finally had a chance to do something,
Sorry I did this.
you let us down. You let us down. You made a promise.
You broke it.
Find us a home together. It doesn't matter what the president did, or even what Lee did, because every day that we remain apart is a day that you've broken your promise.
She's right.
Thank you, petty officer. You may leave now.
You asked to talk to me, sir. Maybe because you think that I don't have anything to say. But I do. It's time to heal the wounds, Commander.
That's it. That's enough.
Children are separated from their parents.
That double zoom though. It was pointed. Children are separated from their parents. Like you and Apollo.
Costing blood.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if only one person dies, that will not be a high cost, you know? I'm just worried that, not that I don't think, like, obviously one person dying is a high cost, but if it's written, I feel like more people are gonna die, which is worrying. Is he realizing that D is right?
Mr. Gator, I want to see all recon material on Kobol immediately. Putting the fleet back together.
Yay! He did listen to her.
Our family back together. This ends now.
Yay! Oh, that makes me happy. You did so good. Yeah. I saw this one was called Part 1, so. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm so proud of her for talking to him and him for listening. Like, I think that he was really more affected by Lee's defection than he is willing to admit, you know? So there's a few things I want to talk about in that episode, just so I can go ahead and get happiness out of the way. Well, that sounds like I don't want to be happy, but shippery me out of the way, I guess. Apollo and Kara, like, excuse me? Like, I feel like their attraction to each other has sort of been a lot more subtextual prior to this episode. Like, it was very obvious, but it was more hidden, at least a little bit. But this episode, like, he just immediately kissed her when she got on the ship. Like, I don't think he meant to. Like, I don't think he consciously was, like, gonna kiss her. I think he was just like, oh my gosh, it's so good to see you. And then naturally just kissed her. And then he said he loved her. Like, Apollo is just going all out. Not going all out, but I feel like he's being much more forward. I don't necessarily think intentionally he's being much more forward. I think that subconsciously he's just happy to see her and relieved that she's back, and he feels this like sense of normalcy having her back, and so he's a little bit more relaxed than he has been, and so he's letting these things slip out accidentally, and I'm here for it. Like, you guys know I like Starbuck and Apollo. I ship it. I like them together. The idea of them together. Obviously, we've never actually seen them together. But yeah, I like it. So I'm here for it. I think that it's cute. I was not expecting to see them kiss. I imagine that all of my fellow shippers in that moment were like, ah, you know, when you're watching it, because it's cute, right? It's cute. And it's like, what you doing? But it's cute. Aside from that, I think that Kara is really struggling. I mean, if she didn't have enough trauma from like her entire life leading up to the end of the world, then she's had trauma since then. And now she's had even more trauma dumped on top of all of that. So I hope that she's coping with it, you know? I hope that she's not just burying it deep inside and hoping that it will get better, because fun fact, that does not work. It might seem like it works, but eventually it comes back. That's all I'm gonna say. Anyway, so yeah, I am a little bit worried about her, but I also think that she's an incredibly strong person in general. Like, she's been through a lot of shit in her life that would break a lot of people, and she has somehow held it together, at least somewhat. So I don't know. I'm also worried. I'm worried about a lot of people's state of minds, honestly. Like Lee, a little bit worrying, because I think he's doing okay, but just like his whole situation with Sharon in this episode was a lot, but also completely understandable, because if you saw the person, for all intents and purposes, that tried to murder your parent, I don't think that there is a right or a wrong way to react in that situation. I think that, obviously, I know that Sharon is trying to help. Obviously, I do not want him to shoot her. So there's definitely a situation that I think the audience are rooting for to happen in that situation. But I think, and there's a moral right and wrong, but I think that it's also a lot to ask somebody to emotionally deal with in the moment, when you had to leave your father when he was still unconscious and you didn't know if he was going to wake up or when, and you watched him get shot right in front of you from somebody that you trusted and knew and thought was your friend. There's a lot of emotions to unpack in that situation, and so it's not surprising that Lee would just lash out, that anyone would lash out, because it's a situation that I don't think that there is a handbook for how to react, and if there was, then I think that the handbook would just say, just fucking good luck. I don't even know. Speaking of characters going through trauma, I mean, that's everybody, right? They lost their entire civilization, way of life, a lot of their family. So yeah, that's kind of the rest of humanity at this point. But in particular, I want to talk about Adama, because of course he would be devastated and traumatized by the fact that Boomer is the one who shot him. Of course he would lean into the rage, because anger and rage, which he said it's not anger, it's rage, but regardless, anger is a secondary emotion, right? It's just one that's very easy for us to access and understand. So it's easy for us to put a name to. Under his anger, there is hurt, there is sadness, there is, Dee told him, which I loved that conversation, he feels like he let everybody down. He feels like he didn't do the thing that he was supposed to do. And of course he's going to be upset by that. And I think that it was really nice to see Dee and Adama have that moment where he's trying to be vulnerable with her, and in turn she is honest and vulnerable with him and telling him, you did let us down. You have broken your promise to us. But if we're a family, if we are what you say we are, that happens. You're gonna hurt people. You're gonna let them down. You're gonna break a promise. What matters is how you recover from that. What you do to try to mend fences and go forward. Because in a family, which is what Adama has deemed the fleet, just one big family, you're not always going to agree. And you're going to have sometimes vast disagreements on basic things. But what matters is if you care enough and if you love the people that you are saying are your family enough, then you will sit down and have a conversation and maybe not agree, but at least look at things from the other one's perspective and come to some sort of understanding, right? And so I think that it's important for Adama to get that, right? To get that little bit of humility, to own up to his part in what went wrong, and to make concentrated effort and steps to correct that. Now, of course, I think it's going to be equally important once Adama has done that for Rosalind to also in turn take that step and do that and realize her part in it and her mistakes and where she went wrong, and they can, come together from that. Because I talked a little bit in the last episode, it's very dangerous, the road that she's going down towards theocracy, away from democracy. It's a very dangerous path that she's walking, and I don't really agree with it. I hope that she can like diverge and go back onto the path of democracy regardless, because I think it's very dangerous when you have a church or church-like structure trying to make rules for everybody, because the thing is, your religion can absolutely affect the way that you feel and what you do. Your religion should in no way affect how I feel or what I do, right? Like, I think that most people would agree with that. Like, so yeah, I worry. And even the people she's allied herself with, one, they don't know what they're doing. It's just chaos, as we saw in that beginning scene. Two, they're like Zarek, so they're using her as a means to what they want to their end. I think Apollo is probably the only person that's truly loyal to her. Zarek is loyal to her as far as she can get him what he wants. Obviously, I'm not on board with Zarek's plan of killing Apollo. Like, frack you, very much. But I also think that now that Rosalind has lost was she a high priestess? Was she, sorceress? I don't know what she was. But the mystical lady, right? The religious lady. Now that she's lost her, she has very few people like directly in her corner. And that's very dangerous. I don't know. We'll see where they go with that. We'll see what Zarek does, what his friend does. Yeah, I don't trust him, but we're just gonna have to see how it plays out, because obviously I don't know yet. To circle back to Adama for a second, I'm also very glad that Dee talked to him, because I think Adama was also walking a very dangerous path because of his hurt and his rage and all of that. Like, in the press conference when he was telling the reporter, like, you can't slander, like, be careful what you write because it can get you arrested, essentially. Which, one, is censorship. Two, like, obviously that guy should check his sources, but as long as he says allegedly, then he's not actually accusing you of anything. He's not saying he has proof. He's saying it is alleged. Two, he is right. It's not a lie. And also, I just think that it's really dangerous when you start trying to control what the press is saying, and saying if you take a step out of line, then you will be arrested and put back in line. Like, that's a very dangerous stance that he's taking. So I'm glad that he talked to Dee at the end, and I think hopefully he's not taking that stance anymore, because that's also a very scary place that they're headed down. So I hope that we don't go there. But yeah, I think that was obviously an example of Adama's judgment being clouded, as well as his appointment of Birch. That was partially because he's trying to replace Apollo, which Saul already told him, and he realized later, like, nobody's Apollo except Apollo. And also, I said it during the episode, but he does not love every single person the same as he loves his sons, which is fine. That it's totally expected. A parent's love for their child should, and most likely will, supersede their love for, like, everybody else. And, like, it makes sense. I think that he does love the people on his ship. I think that he does care for the people in the fleet. I think that he has a lot of love for them, and that he does deeply care about what happens to all of them. Like in the one episode, when he told Apollo, if it was you, I never would have left. Same rules don't apply for everybody. Like, they just don't. And lastly, we left off on the surface of Kobol. Sharon has kind of gained Apollo's trust now, which, well, maybe not his trust, but at least he grudgingly is giving her, like, this much more trust now, hopefully. So we'll see. We have already spilled blood. We've already lost people on the way. So we'll see if the arrow of Apollo going into the tomb of Athena. What the fuck was that? The tomb of Athena. You guys, that's not it at all. The tomb of Athena. Anyway, we'll see if that works out and it leads to Earth and all that good stuff. Anyway, I think that that's all that I have to say. I think that if I try to say more, it's probably not going to make sense anyway. Thank you as always so much for watching. If you want, you can like, comment, and subscribe if you aren't already. You can also watch the next episode right now over on Patreon if you're watching this on YouTube, as well as my entire full-length reaction to this episode, every single episode thus far of Battlestar Galactica, including the miniseries. And yeah, I hope to see you guys next week for part 2. Until then, bye guys!